there, my name is Corey Vandeveld. I am going into my sixth year teaching this upcoming school year. My current placement is in Reynoldsburg City Schools in Ohio, where I teach seventh grade science, and I also teach an elective called Energy and Our Environment to seventh graders as well. My goals for grad school, I am currently getting a degree in TESOL education. I think differentiation is very, very important in school, and I love doing it. It's something I really enjoy. My goal is to ultimately be an English language teacher in Reynoldsburg City Schools. So my definition of differentiation is purposely altering instruction based on student interests and student academic needs. In regards to brain-based learning in my class, so each student has their own zone of proximal development as each brain is different. Meeting students where they are at is very important because some students are ready for more complicated tasks, as we know, and some students still need some scaffolding. This range or level is particularly prevalent in the middle school setting where I teach. Furthermore, teaching and assessing students in a variety of ways can create more connections and pathways in the brain, which can help aid students in learning and not just memorizing material. So I have two specific strategies to bring differentiated brain-based learning into the classroom. So this one seems simple, but using graphic organizers to differentiate, this is really, really easy to do, and it's very, very helpful. So the brain looks for patterns between known and unknown information. So using strategies like prayer models and one of my personal favorites, Venn diagrams in the classroom, helps students connect previous knowledge and new learning. So my second strategy is including station rotations in the classroom. In my particular classroom, in my science classroom, I like to call them research stations. But the brain craves novelty, and movement can help the brain stay focused. So getting those kids up and moving, showing them different ways of learning, using a variety of methods in your classroom can really be a helpful strategy to bring differentiated brain-based learning into your classroom. My definition of engagement is how interested, attentive, involved, and passionate students are with a given lesson or content. In regards to brain-based learning in my classroom, not surprisingly, students are more likely to be successful when material relates to their own experiences as it enhances the building of the neural network and strengthens brain fibers in the brain. Also, when students have the chance to express emotion, this can help strengthen student engagement as both hemispheres of the brain are activated and can stimulate changes and ultimately learning inside of the brain. With that said, I have two ways to bring engagement through brain-based learning into my particular professional setting. Number one, this is a technique I can use in my classroom, and that is just to relate content to my students' own real-world experiences. This is critical and can help students relate content to their own experience in their own lives, which can enhance their neural network and also continue the learning outside of the classroom. So an example of this is we talk a lot about energy in seventh grade science in Ohio. So using some data from my particular city that I teach in, Reynoldsburg, using some of the energy data to study and to see how much of our consumption of energy is renewable and non-renewable can really help relate my content to my students and increase engagement. And another engagement technique I can use in my classroom is to give students choice in how they present their ideas or learn. This can be a powerful tool to help students feel comfortable with how they present their ideas or familiarize themselves with the content at hand. In my classroom, an example of how I do this is, when applicable, if you can give students the choice on how they want to present their information, for example, letting them do it online, letting them do it on poster, letting them do a diorama, letting them do a video, letting them do a song to present mastery of the content at hand is a really good way to increase engagements and ultimately help students